Good morning, students. Today we will study the limit test of arsenic. So limit test of arsenic is done to check the impurities of arsenic in the given sample. Today we have the test sample of ammonium chloride. It is a very important test because arsenic and heavy metals impurities, they are very toxic to our body. Why? Because they keep on accumulating, they don't excrete through the urine. So because they are cumulative in nature, so we have to perform the limit test of arsenic by following the method of IP, and we have to perform it to check whether these impurities are toxic or not, whether they are in sufficient quantity below the toxic limit or not, right? We have to check our sample that our sample does not contains more amount of arsenic in the toxic limit, right? It should be present in the safe limit but not in the toxic limit. So for that we will take arsenic apparatus, which is called as Gutzett apparatus. This is our standard and this is our test. In the test sample, we have to analyze the impurities in the ammonium chloride sample. So we will put the ammonium chloride sample in the test container, and in the standard we will add 1 ml of arsenic standard solution. Then we will add 10 ml of sternated HCl in both the containers. Standard as well as test. After addition of sternated HCl, we will add potassium iodide to both the containers, standard as well as test. This potassium iodide, it is very useful reagent in this test because it converts all the pentavalent arsenic into trivalent arsenic. So basically we want the arsenic in the trivalent form, that is in +3 valency. And then after the addition of arsenic acid, arsenic standard solution, potassium iodide and standard HCl, we will add 10 gram of zinc in both the containers, test as well as standard. So you can see the beautiful bubbles coming out of the containers. Basically, these containers are showing that zinc has started reacting with the HCl which we have added. So when zinc reacts with HCl, there is evolution of hydrogen gas, which you can see very beautifully, the bubbles of hydrogen gas, right? Now we will assemble it and we will add distilled water, 50 ml distilled water to both the Nestler cylinders, both the apparatus, and we will reassemble this apparatus. This apparatus is called as Gutzett apparatus, and you can see there is a glass tube in which we have added the lead acetate cotton. This lead acetate cotton which we have inserted into the glass tube is to trap the impurities of hydrogen sulfide which may interfere in the test. So during all these reactions there are many impurities which arise, but this lead acetate will trap the impurities of H2S and all other impurities so that the pure arsine gas reaches here. So we will assemble it. So what happens in these two containers is, see, we are, this is rubber bunks and we are joining these two rubber bunks with the help of this clip, and this is your mercury chloride paper which is placed in between the two rubber bungs. We will place this mercury chloride paper in both the apparatus, standard as well as test. So we will tighten it with the help of clip. This is a clip. This is clip to tighten both the rubber bungs in which we have placed the mercury chloride paper. So this whole apparatus is called as Gutzet apparatus, modified Gutzet apparatus, and we have to make sure that all reagents used in this apparatus must be AST. AST matlab free from arsenic, because if these reagents will contain arsenic, then the impurities will definitely come inside the solution. So we just want that our solution should be pure so that our results are accurate, right? So all these reagents should be marked as AST, that means free from arsenic, right? So this was the procedure of arsenic limit test. We have added all the reagents, and after 40 minutes we will keep both these apparatus in the dark immediately, and after 40 minutes we will visualize these mercury chloride paper in the sunlight, and then we will see that the stain in the standard solution is yellow in color, but in the test sample we have not got any stain, which shows that our test sample is pure. So if we will get yellow color in the test sample also, that means our sample contains the impurities of arsenic. So this was the procedure. Now coming to the most important questions asked in the exam, that is reasoning, that why we have added all these reagents, right? So I will discuss one by one. Firstly, we have added arsenic standard solution. That will give you yellow stain because standard contains standard arsenic solution and your test sample contains ammonium chloride, in which we have to check the impurities. Then we have added stannated HCl. Make sure that HCl which you are using is stannated. That means it has been prepared by using the stannous chloride. Stannous chloride is diluted with HCl, and then we got the stannated HCl. Why we are using stannated HCl and not the normal HCl? Because stannated HCl will convert all the pentavalent arsenic into trivalent arsenic. We want the arsenic in trivalent form, right? And then we have added potassium iodide. Potassium iodide will do the same purpose. That means conversion of pentavalent arsenic to trivalent arsenic, right? And then one more function of stannous chloride is that when there is an evolution of hydrogen gas by the reaction of zinc and HCl, then it promotes the steady evolution of hydrogen gas. That means evolution of hydrogen gas is fast in the presence of stannated HCl, right? Then we are adding zinc. Zinc, what will do? It will react with the HCl to give you hydrogen gas, right? Now the purpose of hydrogen gas is that when there is conversion of pentavalent arsenic to trivalent arsenic and it is reacting with all the reagents HCl, potassium iodide and your arsenic solution, then we will get the arsenious acid. Finally, what we will get here is arsenious acid. That conversion of pentavalent to trivalent is arsenious acid. So that arsenious acid will react with the hydrogen gas which is generated by the combination of zinc and HCl. That arsenious acid will react with hydrogen gas and there will be the production of arsine gas, right? That arsine gas will move through this glass tube. First it will meet lead acetate cotton, which will trap all the impurities from the arsine gas, right? Then this arsine gas will react with the mercury chloride vapor. This is your mercury chloride vapor. Arsine gas will react with mercury chloride vapor to give you a complex of yellow color. So that yellow color will appear only in the standard but not in the test, because your standard contains the arsenic solution, and in the test you have to check the impurities whether it contains the arsenic or it does not contain. Thank you so much.